Hello everyone, this is Sarah from Untitled Vision, and today we are going to have a quick introduction to game design. The outline: we will first start by defining games, then we will talk about game genres, game theme, game designer, game design document. We will shortly talk about Untitled Vision tutorials, and then we will develop a mini GDD, which is a game design document. So first, let's start by defining games. In your opinion, what defines a game? Think of any two games you like, such as football, Tetris, and chess. What do these games share in common? A game is a system in which players engage in an artificial conflict defined by rules that results in a quantifiable outcome. In other words, a game is a free activity, proceeds within its own proper boundaries of time and space, and it runs according to fixed rules in an orderly manner. So a game is an activity that requires three main conditions: at least one player, rules, and a victory condition. What differs between video games and games is that video games can be played on a screen. Now let's move on to game genres. We have two games in here. The first one is Sonic Forces, and the second one is Counter-Strike. And we need to see the difference between these two games. So yes, you guessed it right. Sonic Forces is a platformer adventure game, while Counter-Strike is a first-person shooter, which is a shooter. There are many good games out there, but they differ in genre. So what is your favorite game genre? The main game genres are action, such as Mortal Kombat, adventure, such as Mario, shooter, like Counter-Strike, puzzle, strategy, RPG, and many others. Each genre contains also subgenres, but they are out of the scope of this lesson. Moving on to the game team. In a game team, we can find programmers, designers, artists, testers, sound designers, writers, publishers, and many more. A big game team can have a lot of job roles and additional job roles such as art director, lawyer, and more. However, small teams can be made of just a programmer, a designer, an artist, and a sound designer, and of course someone who could take care of the marketing and publishing of the game. The programmers use computer languages such as C#, C++, Java to code their games. Designers, they design the game and write the game design document. Artists draw and model the art needed for the game. Testers will play the game and look out for bugs. Sound designers will compose background music and sound effects for your game. Writers will write the story and the script for the game, and the publishers will obviously publish the game. Now we will discuss game designers more in depth. So what is a game designer? A game designer creates the game ideas and rules. Their end goal is to design a good game from levels to combat system and write a game design document, GDD. Note, please do not confuse between design and art. Design is about getting the ideas and designing a good game and making it fun to play, whereas art is drawing the ideas and making them come to life. We previously saw that a game designer needs to write a game design document. So what exactly is the content of a game design document? A game design document is a documentation of the game ideas and concept designed by the game designer. A game design document contains useful basic information such as: what is my game about? Who is the main character of my game? Who are my enemies in the game? But it also contains a lot more detailed information such as: what items can I pick? What are the power-ups I can unlock? How does my player look like? What are the different attacks performed by the boss? What is inside each of level? What is the game balanced or not? In the few coming slides, we will get introduced to the world of game design. The main element of any game design document are the idea, the story, the character, the camera, the controls, the HUD, the level, the combat elements, the enemies, the mechanics, the power-ups, and much more. We will mention the main point about each of these elements, but please notice that there is much more to see in each of these items. So let's first start by ideas. Ideas are as silly as a plumber saving a princess by traveling through pipes. Yes, you guessed it right, this is Mario. Start with an idea you think would be fun to play and then remove the unfun factors. Don't be afraid to throw good ideas that don't fit in your game. And when you get an idea block, go out, take a break, ask a friend, watch TV. You can do a lot of things in order to get out of idea blocks. Moving on to the story. Some games will need stories and some other don't. Story is different than gameplay, action in game. A story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and make the reason of the hero's journey clear. If you want to kill characters, you can go ahead, but make it matter. Attach the player to this character. So we can see here that I added an example about Kingdom Hearts game, which is made by it was made by Square Enix. And in here we can see Goofy and Donald and Sora. And both Sora and Donald look sad because Goofy had been hurt and seriously injured. But the smart thing about this cutscene is that the designer didn't make it at the beginning of the game. However, he made it at around the end of the game. And this was done because he wanted to attach the players to the Goofy character through giving them HP points, helping them in combat, giving them treasure, and all of these similar things. So going back here, we can kill characters, but you need to make it matter. And you have to attach the player to this character. Moving on to characters. Forms follow function. This is a really important rule. And we can see here in a small example. A fat character is not supposed to run at Sonic speed. Give the main character a unique personality, shape, and colors, so the player can get attached to this character. Pick up an adequate name. So Aqua isn't a name for a character with wind superpowers, and Terra isn't a name for a character without Earth superpowers. And the more customization you can add to your game, the better it is, because customizing your character will make the player more attached to this character, because they can add things from themselves into this character. Let's see here a small example from Sonic Lost World game, made by Sega. We can see that we have this enemy character, and we have the Sonic character. Sonic is has super speed, and he can run very fast. So his form does not go against his role, right? Whereas this guy can jump up and fall down on Sonic. This form of him being very fat helps get his function done. This is why they drew him fat and not thin. Because if he was thin, he wouldn't be able to fall on Sonic, right? We will pause the tutorial here and we'll post part 2 very soon. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon and join our Discord for further questions, discussions, or just to have fun. We have a new website, www.nightbloomvision.com, where we also offer free articles and tutorials. Make sure to give it a look. All the links are provided in the description. So see you next time!